Hi Buddhas, thank you so much for using my channel. Before we start the live feed, I'd like to say an extra big thank you to the people who support all three of my channels via patreon.com and buymeacoffee.com, because my content just wouldn't be the same without you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. You'll find the links in the description of this video. So, shall we start chanting together in unity? Okay, let's do it. Hi Buddhas! Welcome to Weather Watch with Nigel the Buddha, Scotland. Hope you're doing very well today. It is absolutely freezing and chucking it down with rain. After last time I said I feel better because the weather is turning winter into spring and it's raining like there's no tomorrow. Which reminds me of when I went to Japan, actually. Oh, I was going to tell you about my time in Japan. I'll tell you that in a second. The first time I went to Japan, it was the rainy season. And yes, it rained. It rained. And when it didn't rain, it rained. There was like small amounts of flooding as we were walking along the pathway in town in Tokyo. I'm trying to think of the suburb we went to. I should know. My in-laws were there. I can't remember. But yeah, and it was still 32, 35 degrees centigrade, so it's hard to deal with. So, yeah, I told you I was married to a Japanese lady, a SGI member for a long time. I had the great fortune to go to Japan. And the first time, I knew a little bit of Japanese. I knew enough to say hello, how are you, nice to meet you, and I knew enough to buy things in the shops. In fact, no, I didn't really. I remember I relied on when I went into a shop, I was obsessed. I didn't have celiac disease in those days. I was obsessed with the sweetbread. I can't remember what they call it. So I used to go in every day buy sweetbread, little packets. And I think I bought something else this particular day, and the Japanese person on the till said the amount. And I was like, huh? What? So I looked up at the screen, where the price is, and I couldn't figure out that either. So I think I said, sumimasen, and then held the money out, coins. And then they could tell I'm not Japanese, and I spoke very little Japanese. So they're very kind over there, extraordinarily kind. So I held my hand out, they took the money, and I was, arigato gozaimashita, and they're like this. And I'll never forget, oh my goodness, another story of Japan. Yeah, I'll never forget, I'm going to talk a lot here and just say goodbye at the end, because otherwise we'll overrun and I'll never be able to pick my son up. Yeah, there was a couple, in McDonald's, they were bowing, arigato, or domo arigato, and it was like, wow, I've been bowed to by the staff in McDonald's. Speaking of McDonald's, my Japanese was very limited, so I went in there. I love hash browns, and I'm a vegetarian, so I couldn't have many things for breakfast other than a coffee and some hash browns. So I asked for what I thought I asked for, was 3 hash browns and 1 coffee. Ichini-san. Potato. And I can't remember what coffee is, but and a latte. It was just me, and I was about to go to Shinanamachi to chant. I think it was an overseas meeting, so we had the ears in and translation. Someone translating in their ears. What came out was, I paid for it, and what came out was 3 hash browns and 3 lattes, and I can't drink 3 lattes. So what I did is I could eat the 3. I sat outside McDonald's, and in this particular part of Japan, in Tokyo, there were no bins, very few bins in. You take your rubbish home, which I think is wonderful. So I had the 3 hash browns, and it was a large coffee latte. So and there was 3 of them. So I couldn't even finish one. So I thought, there's no bins. I can't carry these on a train. 2 lattes and rubbish. So but there was a bin in the McDonald's. I thought, I can't go back in. I feel silly. So I waited until there was a queue, so the staff had their view blocked by these people, and went in there, and I put the rubbish in there, and for some reason, I put the latte that I'd only half drunk in there. I put it in the bin. Why did I put it in the bin? And then before I'd finished, there was liquid coming out of the bottom of the bin, and I panicked. And guess what I did? I just panicked and threw the other 2 full lattes in the bin. So probably this was, I think, 11 years ago. So I think probably they're still mopping up the coffee. I am so sorry. It's not funny, but it's all those silly things. Anyway, what I was going to say was, so at the time, my auntie, Japanese auntie, she was lovely, and she spoke very broken English. My Japanese was broken, and she said something about me. I was good looking or something. She's bonkers. She said, "Oh, you're really a good looking man." And I meant to say, anata wa kawaii desu, which is, oh, thank you. You are, sorry, arigato, anata wa kawaii desu, which is, thank you, you are cute. What I said was, arigato, anata wa kawaii desu. Kawaii means cute. Kawaii means scary or like a monster, or someone. In other words, it's offensive. So thankfully, they saw the funny side of it and realised. My wife at the time went, "Oh!" I went, "What's wrong?" She said, "I think you meant to say kawaii desu." I went, and I realised my mistake, and we all laughed. So basically, I called my auntie at the time really horrible, and told her she was scary. And one thing you don't do is, offend. They're very respectful people to each other. Most of the time, I think. Yeah, I had a few occasions where they weren't, but that's life, isn't it? I'm not going to hold that against them. Right, let's do Gongyo. Before I have... I can't think about those coffees in McDonald's too much. They're probably still mopping them up. So bad. I shouldn't laugh. Why am I laughing? So awkward. It was so awkward. We need to do Gongyo. before I lose it. Shall we do Gongyo? I think that's a good idea. Here we go. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Myoho Renge Kyo, Open Pandai Ni. Niji Sensan Du Samayan Doni Kiga Sharia Sabuchi Yajin Jim Miriaga Chia Manangai Nanyu Isai Shaman Yakasi Bizai Funachi Shawi Shagabazai Yaksaman Nakamishi Shabazadinga Shabaz Maria Doha Yam Yasha Yam Yasha Fuman Jaja Jin Jim Mizo Zigi Shas Lishi Nangai Sharia Skaji Dabs Irai Shiju Win and Shiju Hiyu Kawen Gankamishu Haben Inda Shita Ravi Shadak we shall go no chicken harmas kaiga sakashara sonora chicken godajin namuria mugai rikimi shall we send gaida san majini misa jaja we sign misa Sharias Narayana Shede Famuska Sesha Hagan Jinu Nanakashi Sin Sharias Si Yangan Che Maria Muhen Misa Uha Basis Raji Si Sharias Fishi Basis Shawi Shaga Bisha Jaju Daijke Nangashi Buzia Buzinano Kushin Shahadi Sa Shawi Shahan Now Say Sa Now Say Shao Now Say Tai Now Say Ricky Now Say Sa Now Say In Now Say Yen Now Say Ka Now Say Kukyata Shawi Shahan Now Say Sa Now Say Shao Now Say Tai Now Say Ricky Now Say Sa Now Say In Now Say Yen Now Say Ka Now Say Hon Now Say Homa Kukyata Shawi Shahan Now Say Sa Now Say Shao Now Say Tai Now Say Sa Now Say In Now Say Yen Now Say Ka Now Say Hon Now Say Homa Kukyata Myoho Renge Kyo Niraya Jirya Han Daishu Roku Jiga Takabara Shaka Shaka Shi Maria Yaksan Man Nakasaya Sagi Jasa Pakakai Mishi Rokushi Dara Niwa Bizda Nira Maria Kawi Dashi Jaga Habengai Naihan Nijis Famous Daja Jesus Gajo Jo Washi Yesha Jinja Ringanat Denda Shida Ziga Gamasla Kakuya Shari Genkaya Rambani Shakas Gashin Shida Kenshin Bakashi Inu Nation Yakam Bizavishi Sakshim Najiga Kushisa Kushis Gaji Gashi Dada Sashi Famous Iha Ben Rika Gani Masave Masiyaka Ushidaku Gashin Gashan Gabo always Sismeja Hanyata Fimachi Taniga Masla Galkan Shashuja Masayako Kaikai Fi Wingen Shimra Gashakas Going on Shi Ramba Nice Masagi Kaja Zaria Jisenki Yashaji Shashi Shake Kajin Daka Shashaji Gashida One on Ten Ninja Jaman Orange Shoto Gashida Hachagon Hachi Teke Gashida Shai Kakadanga Sashi Gaku Mandara Kesambas Gada Shigada Dafuki Nishi Kinshot Kushakunya Sashi Jaman Shishi Sashi Joey Yakko Win and Karasaki Kafu Mansamba Miaoshu Ushaku Dokuniwa Shijikasaza Gengashin Sashi Nisapa Yakuna Kambisha Isas of Anji Gachi Rikinaza Eka Shamaria Jamya Mishi Kagishiga Shatogunyato Orchi Shamato Shishakita Dabia Yajimbus Gaji Pekana Ways and Habenichi Yashika Jisaini Ganshi Muna Sekama Isebuki Shaku Gensha Iban Botenda Jisaini Gamas Asia Kenga Kani Shaka Shishin Hawis Goya Kadao Akdaji Gaja Shida Figa Dazaya Shaka Sejuju Hama Jesus Senin Igaria Shida Takani Mitada Sakajo Jibishin Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo, Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo, Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo, Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo, Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo Renge Kyo Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Wow. That was amazing. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Very passionate. I felt, not passionate, what do you call it? Vibrant Daimoku, I felt. Right. Okay. So I said I wasn't going to say much at the end, and that's going to happen because I talked about my two experiences in Japan that I found awkward, funny, horrendous. I felt, and all the above together at the same time. So I'm not going to say much now. If you missed the beginning, it's up to you. I found it hilarious. Sort of. You may not, but go and check it out anyway. Right. Thank you so much for joining me live today. Thank you so much for watching this back. I appreciate you all equally. You're all, as it says on screen still, you are awesome. Every single one of you. Thank you so much. And let's leave it there. Until next time, please take very good care of yourselves. And see you next time. Happy chanting.